In your headlines, Jess, what you got?
All right, here we go. Russia launched an airstrike on a military base in western Ukraine yesterday that's just 15 miles from the border of Poland, a NATO member nation, killing 35 people. The barrage of missiles targeted the base that's been a crucial hub for cooperation between Ukraine and the NATO countries that have been helping in its defense, including training Ukrainian soldiers. The Ukrainian president is again urging NATO leaders to establish a no fly zone over the country, saying, if you do not close our sky, it is only a matter of time before Russian missiles fall on your territory, NATO territory. But the request has been refused so far. We'll keep you up to date as soon as we get more information. Also, the average price of gas in the U.S. rose by 22% in just 2 weeks, or a 79% to 4.43. That's 32 cents past the previous record of 4.11 set in July of 2008, but below the inflation adjust record high, which would be 5.24 a gallon, according to an industry analyst. The Russian invasion of Ukraine and following sanctions on Russia and its oil are driving up the high gas prices. The previous high prices were pushed up to demand as people return to the roads with pandemic lows and demanding recovering faster than oil producers could meet. So now the average price is 5.24 a gallon.
That's the average. Well, we're below average then, because
Mm-hmm.
I will say they did not go up over the weekend. That was a good look.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if there's any good look about anything with the gas prices, they didn't go up over the weekend. It was 4.19 and 4.20 is what I've seen.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
It got up to 4.25 and then it came back down to 4.20.
Yep.
At the end of last week, and it's been like kind of just staying there. So,
yes.
how about that gas station in North Carolina that lowered it to 2.25?
2.25.
Man,
I know. I know.
okay.
We'll see if anybody around here wants to.
Yeah, let's. You
Join
want to do us a
in.
favor?
Join in. Pfizer was on CBS Face the Nation, and they are saying that people will need a fourth dose of the COVID-19 vaccine in order to avoid another surge, while saying that protection against hospitalizations and death is quite good from the third dose. He said that it's not that good against infections and, quote, doesn't last very long when faced with a new variant like the Omicron. However, it's not clear if and when the Food and Drug Administration might authorize a fourth dose for healthy people. So far, some people are able to get the fourth dose, and Pfizer is hoping to make the vaccine that will protect against Omicron and other variants, and that can protect people for at least 1 year. Former President Barack Obama said yesterday that he has tested positive for the coronavirus, tweeting, "I've had a scratchy throat for a couple of days, but I'm feeling fine otherwise." He said that him and his wife, First Lady Michelle Obama, tested negative, and that Michelle and I are grateful to be vaccinated and boosted. He also encouraged people who are not vaccinated to please get their shots. In Ocean City, do you remember that incident with the Ocean City Boardwalk, the vaping incident, and the teenager who received some charges? Well, they were in court, and those charges were dropped. He has been acquitted. He said that he went to the courtroom. He was there. He was feeling anxious. He was nervous. It involved the dates of June 6, 2021.
What was that? Was that with the officer?
Mm-hmm. He was
It
walking
wasn't just
on
the
the
vape.
boardwalk
It was the
vaping.
officer. They had him down on the ground, right?
An officer saw him vaping. And of course, that's a violation of the local ordinance. Police say that once they confronted him, the officer put his arm out in front of him. They asked to, identify yourself. He did not stop. He walked through the officer's arm, and the situation ultimately escalated with police tasing the young man. But he was arrested and charged with 8 counts, including second-degree assault, disorderly conduct, failure to obey a lawful order, resisting arrest, and failure to give proper identification, and also obstructing and hindering and wearing and carrying a concealed dangerous weapon. But on Friday, some of those charges have been dismissed. He was acquitted of everything except for the disorderly conduct and the vaping on the boardwalk. Now that the trial is behind him, his mother says that the spotlight needs to be put on situations like this because it's happening way too much in the world. And they did reach out to the Worcester County State's Attorney's Office to get a statement on the trial, but they were unable to get a comment at this time. His lawyers, though, did say that they will file an appeal on that disorderly conduct charge. Some sad news to report. The Maryland State Police are investigating a crash that killed a man after his vehicle was found in the Pocomoke River. Shortly after 11 a.m. on Friday, troopers responded to a traffic crash reported on Route 12 and the Pocomoke River Bridge in Snow Hill. A witness told police that the truck was fully submerged in the middle of the Pocomoke River. Responding members of the Salisbury Fire Department and the dive team were able to recover the victim, later identified as 73-year-old Robert Jarrell, and he was pronounced dead at the scene. The preliminary investigation does indicate that he was driving southbound on Route 12 and crossed over the northbound lanes for unknown reasons. He then entered a roadside parking lot and continued traveling into the Pocomoke River, where his vehicle came to a rest. The cause and contributing factors involved in this crash are under investigation at this time. So that's sad.
Very sad. Also, rest in peace to Tracy Braxton. Passes away at the age of 50 after a battle with cancer. So, very sad news that happened over the weekend. 6:49, it's a Bill and Jessica show. We got tons of sports coming up next. Here's Vivio Foreign.